Warning, this is a spoiler alert for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamonds Are Unbreakable, episodes 1 through 17. If you have yet to watch those episodes, please do so before listening or watching this podcast. Thank you.
But it was me, Dio. Fuck, I messed it up.
You ruined it.
I did.
So based
Cut
on
that.
Wobwave's
Cut that.
botched ass intro, no, I'm keeping that shit in. Botched ass intro. We're gonna be talking about, or the title if you haven't seen that shit, or the thumbnail, whatever. Fucking, if you're not using your eyes while clicking randomly on the screen and you somehow found it to my YouTube channel, this video is gonna be about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the fourth part of the series. I'm gonna run down a synopsis of the fourth part. So if you haven't seen the first three, or the last two, as Wobwave will attest or argue, do that before watching this podcast and then come back to us. So here's the plot. In 1989, in the town of Moriari, what?
Moria. I think it's like Moria.
Morio? No.
Moria?
Yeah, whatever.
Duwang.
Located in bullshit city, located in S City. Josuke Higashikata. Oh, great. Fuck me. Higashikaki
Duwang.
Bukaki. Suke is one of the most popular kids in high school and becomes quick friends with one of his classmates, Kurochi Hirosai. But when Josuke's nephew, Jotaro Kujo, who's older than he is because his father is his nephew's grandfather, hence the age difference, shows up, things get crazy. One of Dio's henchmen has brought the bow and arrow to his hometown, and someone has been using it on various people in the town, creating stand users, as discovered when one of them, the murderer, Angelo Katagiri, uses the power of his stand Aqua necklace to try and kill Josuke for interfering with his plans earlier, but he manages to kill Josuke's grandfather. Ryohei Higashikata? Oh, what the fuck. In revenge for him being jailed by him, Josuke and Jotaro eventually capture him, and as a consequence of insulting Josuke's hair, and ends up getting fused to the rock he was leaning on at the time, becoming a tourist attraction known as Angelo Rock in the process. So a few days later, Koichi go to investigate a seemingly abandoned house, but Koichi's trapped and choked by a man later revealed to be Yasu Ninjamura. And the plot just continues on and on and on. So basically, they're in a town, Josuke's hometown. Stand users and stands are popping up everywhere, and Jotaro's sent there to take care of it.
Some would say it's a crazy, noisy Bizo town.
Good. Nice. Also, damn it. I was reading Angelo while saying also. Perfect. I really like the series so far. Some of the hypest and weirdest shit has happened that I haven't really... It's just like, it's been amped up, you know?
Yeah. Like, again, we're going to come into the assumption that you've seen the previous ones, or at least have a knowledge of them.
Yeah.
And it does a good job of kind of being like, how did Dio get a stand? And it's like, oh, that's how he got a stand. And it's like, hey, what happened to Dio's henchman after Dio died? And it's like, oh, that's what happened to Dio's henchman after Dio died. And it was like, yeah, you know, it's good.
Yeah, and it keeps building until it hits this, what you think is a climax, I guess, or like precipice of like the end of what all the stand users should be in the series of Diamonds Are Unbreakable, or as Wub says, Diamonds Are Not Crash. Yeah, Diamonds Are Not Crash. The climax or precipice of such would be indicated by the rat sniper battle.
Yeah.
That scene was so good.
Actually, I feel like the climax to that arc was, the fight with the stand Red Hot Chili Peppers. But as an epilogue to that was the rat sniper battle.
Yeah, I would definitely regret. I'm gonna retract my statement and just copy and paste your statement.
Yeah.
And then, bing bang boom, I'm the best.
Yep. But it's good. probably some of the most unique stands that I've seen. Like, there are very few who are just like weird shiny dude.
Yeah, it's not weird muscular dude A through Z. You know, it's got some different forms. You know, it has different shapes altogether. Reverb looks like a Cell ripoff.
Well, it's Reverb Act 2. Reverb Act 1, I have no idea what that thing is. It's like a green chicken car. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I was about to say chicken lizard car.
Like, look at it and you're like, what? And then there's like Bad Company, which is still the best.
See, I would agree. Previous Zach, who wasn't exposed to how awesome Heaven's Door was or is, would have agreed with you, Wubs.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like Heaven's Door is a really fucking cool.
Heaven's Door is very cool. And
it's only going to get cooler as he gets stronger or like more understanding of the world around him, I guess.
Yeah, that's something that they kind of introduced in this that they didn't have in any of the previous iterations, where that stands grow as the person grows.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It's a nice little additional thing for the motif of like character development, because we're following Josuke, which is a high schooler. I don't think we've really... I feel like all the previous JoJos were of that age or in that age range,
right?
But they weren't necessarily going to high school and like living that sort of like slice of life Nihon style,
right? Yeah,
Japan style.
Yeah, and this does a really good job of expanding just the world of JoJo, of like, how do people get stands? And it's like, well, you can be born with it, or there's this weird magic bow and arrow that will give it to you. And it's based off of your personality and your strength, and if you're just weak enough, you'll just die from the arrow. Or if you're super sick, you'll just become a stand user.
Yeah. I think the most fucked up thing, other than Angelo turning into a rock and also a tourist attraction, was probably the rats.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, another thing to mention is just the different powers of the stands. Like, in Stardust Crusaders, they had various powers. Like, there was an electrical outlet that made you magnetic. Like, that's pretty unique, for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one in particular, the main cast specifically has interesting powers to them. Like, Josuke's has the ability to, whenever he breaks, basically, he's able to reform into whatever shape he wants it to be, which is cool. And then there's Reverb, which has the power of onomatopoeia, which is pretty neat, where it's just like crash, bang, boom, and it makes it come to life. And Heaven's Door.
Oh yeah, Heaven's Door, so cool. Which it's like the person becomes a book, and then you can read all of their life and edit the book.
Yeah, I watched that Ghost episode where it's basically like the big like conflict in that is looking at something. And he's just like, okay, don't look at... You're blind now. He's like, okay, don't worry, friend. I saved you. You're blind. You can't see it.
Did the ghosts take Reverb, or were they just wrestling with Reverb?
I think they're just wrestling with Reverb.
Okay, because it kind of looked like they stole Reverb. I'm like, oh, shit.
If that's possible. We don't know.
Yeah, that's something that hasn't been...
also, new villain
explained.
Introduced.
Yes, new villain. Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna lead into, is like all the villains have been stopped. We got the bow and arrow. Stand users aren't really popping up anymore, but the most current episode, or most recent episode, was episode 17, and it revealed a new villain, which is really cool. Do you think he's a stand user?
He has to be. I mean, if he's just a dude, like, they'll just like... dead, and you're like, oh, well, that's the end of that. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, it has to be just because of this series. It has to be something really interesting or cool. Like, maybe it's a clone of Dio, or maybe it's someone who has like the same bloodline as Dio, or Joestar. You know,
or it could just
the
be
Star
a psycho
family.
Dude.
Or it could just be a
crazy
psycho
guy.
dude, yeah.
Born with a stand. As this is kind of sidetracking, but there's a character that was in the Fate series that I hope this Kira character is. And again, we haven't read the manga because we're scrubs. But there was a character in the Fate series who was just a psycho killer, and then one day he accidentally gets a hero, and he's like, dude, are you a psycho killer too? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, sick, high five. And you're like, I hope that's the case, where he's just like, oh, I have incredible power. Well, better go get killing again. Like,
yep. Or maybe he steals the arrow, or maybe because there have been so many things that have been kind of like retcon / not talked about that are vague in the previous 3 chapters or arcs, I guess you can call them. So there's all kinds. Each arc can be open up to so many different possibilities, and I forgot to say spoiler alert, so I'm just gonna put that like near the front.
Yeah.
No big deal. But yeah, so if you're still listening somehow and I didn't edit it in, spoilers are ahead, so watch out. Do not watch this or listen to this if you have yet to, be up to 17 and diamonds are unbreakable.
Diamonds are not crash. There's another thing. I was going to tell another joke and I forgot it. Duwang. When you're trying to pronounce the name of the city. Have you seen the memes of the JoJo manga?
No, I've not seen the memes.
It was a Chinese translation of the Japanese into English. And it was supposed to be like, what a lovely day it is in the city of Moria. And it was just translated to, what a lovely Duwang. That's what, so whenever I hear the name, I just think of Duwang.
Duwang, Moria, that's a good, yeah. Look, my Nihong, Espanol speaking.
Yeah, spider speak.
My spider speak. Yeah, it's not anywhere near as it should be. Even though I took a semester of Japanese because I'm a fucking weeaboo cum dumpster. No, but what the fuck was I gonna say about this series in general? Oh, I just love its ridiculousness. I love the fights. They're super fucking hype. I love the sort of like classic rock and roll / metal.
Names for everything.
Names for everything, like the reverence for the music is great.
Previous JoJo, Stardust Crusaders also had that, where they're like the Oingo Boingo Brothers and Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
That's I love the appreciation of varying artists when it comes to music. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I like the characters. Like even the villains are great because they're not even that villainish. Like they're not Dio level villains. They're just kind of dicks with superpowers.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what you expect. Like it to be a hero in a universe like that. It seems, or even in reality in which we live, it's like most people would probably just be dicks with powers. Like very few people would be heroes. Like I don't see a whole lot of people. Sorry, humanity, but I don't see you doing really well.
But I just enjoy
superhuman powers.
Yeah, I just enjoy the fact that these quote unquote villains come back in less villainous roles, like Ronan, the manga artist, where he was the villain for basically 2 episodes. Then the next episode, just like, hey guys, what's up? And they're like, and you're like, you know what? I read into you. You seem pretty cool. Let's hang out. Like,
I mean, it's sort of like Hero Font or whatever, right? The French dude. Oh, what the fuck is his name?
From
Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah, Silver Chariot, Polnareff.
Silver Chariot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Polnareff was mind controlled. There's a slight difference.
Yeah, I suppose it was a slight difference, but
same with Kakyoin.
True enough. So it's really cool. It's very tropic or very like trope heavy, but that's kind of the point. Like it's this whole series, I feel, is made to poke fun of, analyze, and critique the Shonen Jump or Shonen anime / manga.
Yeah, but even like the Monster of the Week kind of thing that JoJo had, Stand User of the Week, is kind of thrown out the door at points. Like the Italian chef, where you're like, okay, this is going to be another villain, and everything that he does seems really villainous, but then at the end you're like, oh, he was actually a really cool guy. He was actually nice, yeah.
He just wanted to make really cool food, you know? He just that's all he really wanted to do, was just make some tasty-ass food that'll get you super, healthy and stuff.
In the most grotesque way possible, making you buff out your own guts to fix your stomach problems.
I mean, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Look, if someone could make me, like, 20% healthier or 30% healthier by eating some tasty food and then vomiting later, or like peeling off loads of skin or something. I don't know.
Your eyes melting.
Sure.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I like that. Because they're like, oh, you're a villain. He's like, what? No, I'm not. They're like, oh, he's actually a cool guy.
Yeah, he's just a cool dude. Making a little bit of money, you know?
And there was that weird otaku guy with the puppet stand.
Yes.
Yeah, like he was really weird. And you're like, oh, that guy's weird. Then like him and Koichi actually like kind of hit it off when they're like, oh, manga, I love manga, and they're like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's cool. I think one of my probably my second favorite stand would be the lock on your heart.
Oh yeah, what was that called?
I can't remember. You can Google it while I stall for time.
I'll Google it. But I mean, Bad Company is so cool.
Bad Company is okay. So maybe I'll switch the lock to third position. First position, Heaven's Door, because one, the song, and two, I think I just like the idea of people being books, because I spent some long nights and early mornings talking to people and trying to understand them, and coming to understand them. So being able to like kind of like, not to sound selfish, but kind of skip through that and just like understand why they're this way, rather than having to beat it / drag it out of them, you know? That'd be an interesting concept. Knowledge is power, friends.
Indeed, I'm still Googling.
Gotcha. But I think it would be good that Locke guy should become a lawyer or a judge or something, you know? Like, so it's a shame he used his power to guilt trip people.
The name of the stand is The Lock.
The Lock?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, that's...
Alright, sick. Yeah, it's literally, but it's a stand that's based on guilt. Like, it's just, all the stands seem really interesting.
Would it not work on someone who's a psychopath or a sociopath who can't feel guilt?
Probably. Most likely.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he could like hone his skill in reading the lock and like understanding how the person feels, and then become an excellent prosecutor or judge. And if the lock isn't heavy at all or isn't working, they're either a stand user or they're psychopath.
Yeah. Or they're,
that could be.
Or they're innocent.
Yeah, or they're innocent, yeah. Those three things.
Yeah, Bad Company, while cool, has not a whole lot of practical applications.
Yeah, not really. I mean, you could do a cleaning service.
I guess, yeah.
You could...
Make some really cool miniatures.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think that's why I like it. I love
weapons.
miniatures.
Yeah, you can make prop weapons. Yeah. Like, you could just... all the fine detail and painting and work can be done by Bad Company. You could be a super spy guy.
You could also do that.
Yeah.
And then you have the opposite, the hand, which has immense power, but is used none at all. It's used to punch people in the face. Which I love. Like, he has the most powerful stand ever. It can literally shape space and time. And he's just like, punch him in the nuts. Like...
It's the right hand where his hand is, right? That's his right hand?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a reference to God, because God's right hand was, like, vengeful and righteous.
Probably.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just projecting, or philosophizing, or whatever you want to call it.
And I like how, with the new powers of the stands, certain problems that would have happened in any previous JoJo manga series, I should say shonen series, are immediately solved. Like, there's that one scene where Red Hot Chili Peppers drags Okayusha, whatever, you know the guy's name? I don't know that guy's name.
Yeah, the hand?
Yeah, the guy with the hand. Drags him into electrical lines, and it's like, oh, he's been disintegrated. And then Kujo, Jotaro, are just talking to each other, and like, dude, he's dead. And they're like, hold on. And they literally just drag him back. Or no, they reform him from his severed arm. You know that?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And they're like, oh, no, he's back alive. And they just keep on going about their business.
Exactly. Business as usual.
Or there's that one scene in the early parts of the season where it was Aqua Necklace, the water stand, where Josuke's mom drinks it. And you're like, oh, she has it inside of her. What's going to happen? And then Josuke literally just punches a hole into her, pulls it out, and then reforms the hole in like a second. And you're like, oh. That was solved quick. Like,
yeah. That's another thing I like, because each season or arc builds on itself and like shows, it gives you a glimpse of like, oh, these were some old problems that the previous arc had that the next arc won't have because of this. Like, you'll see that happens. That's like a theme in the series I've seen so far.
Right.
Also, I think we've talked about this. Have you seen the backs of people's hair yet? Have
Yeah,
you seen the
weird.
little wings that I talked about?
It's weird.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'll put a picture up. But that bugged the shit out of me, and I just ignore it now. And I'm sorry that I pointed it out to you. Do you get bugged at all?
I
Does
noticed
bother
it.
you?
No, the thing that bugged me at the original was the change in color and animation style.
Oh yeah, the super bright like 90s colors,
Yeah,
I guess we can call them.
Not only, but the shapes of things looked weird to me. Like, everything looked like it was drawn kind of strange.
It's super 90s, man.
Yeah,
It's super 90s.
but it's gotten
and
it's gotten a lot more. I'm a lot more used to it.
yeah, you could be, you get kind of like you're not really eased into it, just happens, and then you slowly but surely adapt to the change because 17 episodes later you kind of get used to it. It's not jarring as it used to be. But it was really cool seeing all the teal and pink and bright, vibrant, like blue and stuff like. It was just, I liked it. It was a nice little step in the right direction, color and like aesthetically.
That's something I
So that was
really
cool.
enjoyed about Stardust Crusaders, was the fact that the color palette would just change midway through the episode.
Yeah.
It was odd, but I really enjoyed it. You're like, why is this person's hair blue now? Oh god, all the colors are different. Like,
Whatever.
Yeah.
You roll with it. They ran out of the ink.
Yeah. So it makes sense that it's 90s colors because it's supposed to take place in the 90s, and Stardust
Yeah.
Crusaders took place in the 80s, which makes a lot more sense of why everyone at Stardust Crusaders was super ripped and the color palettes would just change, because 80s cartoons did that a lot.
Yeah. So it just emulates the style of that age or era. Like the first arc or first season wasn't as colorful. It was more sort of gray and darker. So were the tones of the show. Like there were still a lot of silliness and craziness. More nuanced and darker, but I feel like that's because it was a product of its age, maybe? Like, the theming of the satire and melodrama were toned down because it was the 1800s, man.
Yeah.
Some dark, fucked up shit happened then. But you see the theming progressively change, so that was cool. What was I gonna say? So what are your top 3 stands for this current season, Wub? Because you've already heard mine. Yeah.
I did like Heaven's Door. Bad Company is my favorite.
Yeah, it's probably your first. Okay.
Yeah. But I think it would go Bad Company, Reverb. It's because it's super interesting. And Star Platinum.
Star Platinum. Fair enough.
Because Josuke does, not Josuke, Jotaro doesn't use it at all.
Yeah,
Or maybe
Jotaro,
he has been and we just don't know it.
Yeah, he's been using the world. The world!
Yeah, he's been using Zawoldo powers and we don't even know it because
Yeah.
freezes time.
It's only been 4 or 5 seconds, but I'm sure those seconds have been super important. That'd be an interesting, OVA/spin-off, is just seeing Jotaro, do all kinds of these different, life-saving, changing events in 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think he used it once for the rat sniper battle, and that was it.
He also did that once for when he was fighting when he was testing Jotaro, or Josuke.
Yeah.
He paused the thing. He's like, I can't hit him too hard, but I'm gonna hit him hard enough,
Yeah.
So that was cool. And even when he paused the world, the sniper predicted / tried to aim the trajectory based off of where he would move, where Star Platinum would go.
Right. What is the name of that stand? We've been just saying a rat sniper. Let me look.
Rat Sniper. That's the fucking name.
DJ King.
Also, DJ King. Oh, God. We're gonna get into that later. But what was I gonna say? Oh, for me, I'm gonna definitely put Heaven's Door first.
The name.
I was thinking about
the name of that stand is Rat with 2 T's.
Fucking.
It's probably a
God
thong.
damn it. I guess, but still, that could have been more clever. It could have been Rat's tail or gnashing teeth. Something.
Well, those have to be songs.
Yellowed Fang. I don't know. I'm sure there's songs that fit the rat motif that aren't just with an extra T. But anyway, I think I'm gonna put Heaven's Door first. I'm gonna say Shining Diamond, or what the fuck is his name? Josuke's?
Shining Diamond.
Yeah, Shining Diamond. And then Bad Company, because Bad Company is so unique and so cool, and there are really cool like tactical stuff you can do, and that kind of appeals to me. I like Shining Diamond because it's very altruistic. It appeals to me, like the good guy in me, and then I loved Heaven's Door because it appeals to the knowledge-seeking part of me. Some honorable mentions would definitely be the Lock and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because Red Hot Chili Peppers is a pretty decent band, and using electricity to that extent, and he looked pretty cool.
I'm trying to think of what the Italian food stand was.
Yeah, there should be just a list. I hope it doesn't spoil you or anything either, because that would be shitty. Don't look in the Wikipedia, because that shit will spoil you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, whatever the Italian food stand, was interesting because the main way he uses it is he uses his stand as an ingredient, which is weird. When he's feeding people his stand. Gross.
It's basically his psychic energy, right?
Yeah.
Is that how stands work?
Yeah, like his spirit energy. He's putting his spirit into the food, literally.
So let's say the fourth arc wraps up, and it's awesome, and it's cool, and you love it, and the next arc comes out, but this time stands, they kind of have to, like, they separate, sort of. Like, they represent the person's personality, but they've also somehow gained consciousness and can talk to the stand user. Would that turn you off?
No, one of them in Diamond Unbreakable does. The Weird Otaku kids stand, they like have a conversation.
Maybe that's produced by the kid's loneliness?
I don't know.
Or like he does have like schizophrenia or something, but this would be more of a genuine, like, the trait of the personality is magnified to a point where, like, it feeds off the mind's psychic energy enough, or whatever, or however they explain it, to the point where it's like, well, now stands can talk. Would that turn you off to the series? Would you not like? Do you think that'd be too stupid?
No, because that's just Fate. And I like Fate.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think it would turn me off either, to be honest. I think that'd be a cool addition. It'd be something new. I'm not sure what they'll do in the 5th arc, or if there will be a 5th
Well, of
arc.
course there is. The manga is on like the 9th arc at this point with JoJo Leon. And then there was
Say what?
Yeah, the Steel Ball Run before this, which was like a race, like a car race themed one. Which all I hear is that is really good. And then there was one with Jolene Joestar.
Oh, chick?
Yeah, I think that's the next one. Maybe.
Fuck yeah, I'll
And
do
then
it.
George Joestar, and then who?
Is George American?
I don't know, but George isn't a stand user, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Yeah, like he's a non-stand user in a stand user world, and he's the main character, and that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting for sure.
Yeah, and then I don't remember the name of Steel Ball Run's protagonist or JoJo Leon's. But yeah, so there's still quite a few arcs ahead.
Awesome. I think this arc goes to the year 99 or 95 or something like that. Or it is 1999. Okay, so it might go to like the early 2000s.
Yeah, it might have been published in 95 or around that.
Yeah, it was published in 92, stopped at 95. That's what I'm seeing here on the Wikipedia page. So if my sources are wrong and you ask for a citation, blame Wikipedia.
Also, I've been watching two best friends play JoJo, this JoJo game, and they have little hints to stuff in the future. Apparently, at one point, a villain is launched into space.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know how, but it involves Cape Canaveral.
The Speedwagon Foundation, of course.
Speedwagon Foundation just launches them into the moon.
Yeah. I mean, if it's Dio or something like Dio that becomes born, like what if a stand user is born and his stand is basically a vampire?
That would be weird.
Well, actually, Dio kind of answered my question, but a stand user can also be a vampire.
Yes.
And vice versa, right?
I don't know about vice versa. There's probably a stand with vampire-like abilities, but I don't know if it would be considered a vampire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of want Anubis. Did Anubis is gone forever?
Yeah.
Or
I know. I like
broke?
Anubis. No, he rusted in the bottom of the river.
Oh yeah, by now he's probably rust.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll reincarnate or something. I want a symbiotic relationship between an item and a person, to where they like the stand is then absorbed by that person and the item like is no longer needed, kind of thing. That'd be interesting.
Though,
I like to see that.
Yeah, because it definitely seems like the way stands work are that stands can possess objects and become independent. Like the otaku kid had that like marionette that was clearly possessed and sort of was independent. And same with Anubis, he was a sword, and there's a few other things that were like items that were possessed. And then there are ones that just spirit projections. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the psychic energy from their user was so strong that it was imprinted onto the item.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. So we've been theory crafting like how stands work and that kind of thing just now.
You want to hear something weird?
Go.
You know
for
that
it,
bow and arrow?
Yeah.
You know,
it's also a stand.
No, but did you know you can
okay.
get hit with it a second time?
Really?
And do you know what happens when you get hit with it a second time?
You lose your stand?
No. It either, from what I've heard it described to me, again, I haven't seen this far into the manga, you either get a second stand or you have a stand that becomes powerful enough that it's considered basically having a second stand. But it's doubling down on your bet. So you survive the first time, but there's no guarantee you'll survive the second time. And they pointed out on Two Best Friends that if Dio got shot multiple times, he would basically be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because he's a vampire and he wouldn't die.
Yeah, he couldn't die. I mean, he probably might go insane and maybe like his personality would shatter.
And we don't know if it works with like spirit energy and stuff, because that's how JoJo basically kills Dio, is that he punches the stand. He destroys the stand. No, he doesn't even use Harmon. He just destroys Dio's stand, which destroys the spirit of Dio, basically.
So Dio's dead for sure, though, right?
Yes, as far as I know.
Fair enough.
What if can a pillow man get a stand?
Can a what?
A pillow man?
Maybe.
God, JoJo has a weird like we're talking about stands and stuff, and it all seems coherent, and then like the first few arcs, you're like vampires, pillowmen, whatever.
Harmon energy,
the
and
Nazis.
Then never talked about again. Yeah, Nazi. Yeah. Let's go back to that. I kind of like the martial arts and shit. Let's go back to that for a bit. You know, like, can we have a renaissance of the martial arts and the Harmon energy, guys? No.
Harmon energy, yeah, it should come back. I feel like stands are like the natural progression of Harmon energy.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like,
but
Harmon energy was like primordial stand use.
But what about Dio, though?
I don't know.
He's a vampire.
Well, he also has Jonathan's body.
Oh, that is true.
I don't know how that works, or if that's just they're kind of making shit up as they go.
Yeah, and I never expect an explanation, and they better not explain it to me, because then it'll be kind of ruined.
Or like Harmon is just, that would be cool. Again, I don't know if this is the case. Sure, someone will tell us who's read the manga if Harmon does make a comeback as like some sort of lost technique.
If you do read the manga, and I do post it, I will be posting this to the JoJo subreddit, because there probably is one. If a topic exists, there's a subreddit for it. But please, no spoilers. Like you can answer some of our questions, but don't spoil, because I'll fucking hunt you down.
Yeah.
And make sweet love.
Yes.
With a baseball bat. No.
Have we also sort of figured, like, I don't know how to phrase the sentence, but ghosts? ?
Oh yeah. That's probably the best way to phrase it. Ghosts with a question mark. Yeah. Can a ghost become a stand? Possess this person?
Is she an actual ghost or is she a stand?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like who would be her user though if she becomes a stand. Like she became.
She's not a user. Maybe.
Well, I mean, who would become her user? That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's Kira. Maybe a stand is everyone that he's killed.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Again, as we're recording this, we only got to the first episode of Ghost Girl and Dog.
Yeah, episode 17 of the anime. So we're just theory crafting. I'm sure the people who've read the manga are like, these kids, they're so cute. But let us have our fun. Don't take our toys away.
It was Dio. Dio is the girl.
Dio, it's actually Dio's great-great-granddaughter.
Kono Dio da! That is one thing I kind of miss about this arc compared to Stardust Crusaders, is there's not as many one-liners.
Yeah, it's more snarky. It's more snarky and sarcasm-based, I feel.
Yeah, and there's just not as many one-liners. Like, Stardust Crusaders had so many one-liners.
Well, I mean, the 80s...
I guess that's true.
Yeah, it's like that was the era of one-liners and action like stars, right?
Right.
So if you were writing, your manga or making your manga at the time, I mean, that makes sense to me. If you're emulating some of the American, which I feel like he's doing, this mangaka or who, the writer is doing. I feel like with each arc during its creation, it kind of emulates the current culture to some degree and satires it a bit. But yeah, so like the 90s is like the birth of snarky comedy and sarcasm in general,
Yeah.
and also with like super flashy visuals but with no actual like substance, all flash no substance kind of thing. Not for everything in the 90s, but there was a lot of shit that was made or invented during the 90s that's absolute garbage.
Yes.
I don't know, it'd be interesting, like, if the ghost girl, do you think she'd pass on? Do you think she'll pass on?
And
even after they find the killer?
If she's a stand, then no.
God, that'd be so fucked up if she had to, like, the killer has a stand and like a realm he can control, basically.
Well, I feel like the realm would be his stand.
Oh yeah.
And then the people inside of it, also his stand.
Yeah, but there's only that one girl that subsists. Like all of his other victims fly off to heaven.
That's
or
what
wherever.
she says.
Yeah, or maybe they don't know they exist with each other and they're all in like pocket realities that he spends time like sort of like birds in a cage kind of situation.
Yeah, I have no idea.
This dude's like super sadistic. Do you think he'll ever like? No, I feel like no villains really amounted to being the same level of Dio.
No.
Do you think this will be Dio-ish or Dio light?
Well, Dio was pretty metal in that it took 2 seasons to finish him off. Technically 3 and technically 2 arcs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I doubt it.
Like, even if we got Dio light, I'd be happy.
Even the Pillowmen weren't as strong as Dio. As villainous as Dio.
I feel like they were probably stronger than Dio if Dio didn't have a stand. Dio with the world would beat the living absolute ass out of those pillar guys. Easy.
Yeah.
Because he could stop time. It doesn't matter how strong you are if you can't move and he straight up hits you for free.
And again, one of Dio's henchmen has control of the sun. So
yeah.
Kind of win.
Easily.
We need to have Pillowmen come back.
Yeah, do you think there are any more?
I don't know.
Do you think they'll introduce like a dark Harmon energy?
I don't know. I highly doubt that, but I just want Pillowmen to come back at some point because they had an interesting idea and it just kind of amounted to nothing.
Maybe there's like eventually we'll be introduced to this like war god that is like the father of all stands and that kind of, or vampires or something. I don't know, something. We need some like more grandiose. You know what I'm saying?
Grandiose.
Yes. Dio times 2 confirmed.
Double Dio.
Double Dio. God, that would be absolutely terrifying. It'd be if you had to create a stand based off your personality and that kind of thing. What kind of power do you think you would have?
Wow, I actually put thought into this a couple days ago, and while I was waiting for the train, and so I actually have a long answer for this.
Awesome, I'm looking forward to it.
Probably something ice-based, because I don't know. I feel like I'm a relatively cool and calm person. Or at least, like, sort of, I don't know, I don't want to say icy, because that sounds weird. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm cool and relatively level.
You're calm, collected, you're level-headed.
Yeah, I don't act emotionally. Very rarely do I act on emotion. I'll, like, create, like, hyperbole, obviously, to get my point across at times, but not actually have too much emotion on that. And I feel like I'm definitely my strongest trait, or at least the one I strive for the most, is tenacity. So I was thinking of like a northern-based, like Rasputin type.
Oh, that'd be sick. Like a Nordic / like Viking-esque, or like a okay, so Slavic.
Yeah,
then,
like
so very
specifically Rasputin, because you know the story of Rasputin, right? Well, to kill him, they poisoned his drink. Stabbed him, shot him.
They basically killed him 7 times. Yeah.
Shot him, and then he ran into the river and eventually drowned, they assume.
Yeah, they assume. Some villager or village could have adopted him and nursed him back to health.
Yeah,
and
so he embodies kind of tenacity, and I like that. And he's
Yeah.
from Russia, cold place, so icy. And he's sort of like a mystic type, so probably like some sort of Castor type stand.
Ice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Give it some name like the Northern Star or something.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that's a lot. Yeah, that's awesome. You should commission that. That'd be so cool. I sent you a link to a pretty cool commissioner.
You did, yeah. So I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, she's pretty talented. I like her style. It's more cutesy for that other thing that we've been talking about.
Oh, and also I looked up a tarot card generator, and I kept getting pentacles all the time, which are stars. So that's why the Northern Star thing.
That's
and they're associated with sorcery and all that jazz. So also why Rasputin would be good.
I'm gonna have to. It's like I'm kind of personality-wise the polar opposite of you. Like I'm very emotional driven. I'm very like intuitive. I'm very instinct-based. A lot of the times when it comes to my decisions, I go with my gut feeling, and it's never kind of led me astray. So I don't know, man. I want to do something unique, right? Like I want to create something unique. Like when I think of passion, I think of fire and heat. You know, I think of something on that or akin to that, right?
Right.
So. But, you know, that's kind of overdone. And when I think of instincts, I think of animals and stuff like that. But
what about
really...
a bird man that's fiery? And you could name him
Shut up.
Magician's Red.
Shut up.
Instinct. I'm thinking animals. A fox, maybe? And then like a fire fox?
Or a fire tiger or bear or wolf.
I'm trying to think of instinct. What's an instinctual animal? I guess every animal's an instinctual animal. Yeah, maybe like a fire fox, right? But
yeah.
Fuck. I'm trying to think. What would make it unique instead of just being like a stand? Instinct, fire. Wait, better. Not a fox. A lantern.
Ooh.
And
I like that. No, I like that.
And what it does is that when it's like a lit and it's fire, it guides you to like it's not a combat stand. It's instead a more utility based stand. Like instead of sort of like like what it does is it will allow you to, almost like Hermit Purple, it'll allow you to see what is in your heart. Oh, but like your heart's desire or something like that?
Yeah, that'd be, that's sick. And the fire's like a little mini like avatar or something, like it's just a cute little face or something within the lantern. It's like this heavy lantern, and maybe I can like suit it up with a chain or something so I can throw it maybe. It'll always take me to my heart's desire, so whatever I truly want within my heart, I can find.
I think that you don't even know that you want, based on your instinct.
Yeah, that is so cool. I like that. It doesn't have a whole bunch of combat
neither does Reverb,
utility.
Well, Reverb Act 2 does, but
I'll always be able to find my way.
Yeah, exactly.
And help people there find that. Yeah, that is super dope. I'm gonna have to next paycheck, getting some commissions taken care of, because that is really fucking cool.
Or if you wanted to get super big with it, a lighthouse.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
That always.
That could be like its third form.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because stands can evolve, right? So I could take the reverb route and go from level 1. Yeah, it starts with a lighter.
Oh no, but it's just a flame. Like it's not even a lantern; it's just a flame.
It's just a flame that I hold.
Yeah, and if you give it into more fuel, it becomes bigger, and that's how you could use it as a combat stand. It's just fire. You can put it on a torch, but basically it needs to be kept in like
it needs to be fed.
Yeah, exactly.
And kept in some type of housing.
You can set a night like a lighter and just carry it around for a bit.
Eventually I could take it to the level of like being a lantern, and then like its final form will be a lighthouse.
Yeah.
And then like I can use the lighthouse lens and magnify it, or like basically turn it into a laser, but lighthouse.
Yeah. Laser lighthouse.
That's dope. I love that. That is such a good. See, we should be writers. We should be mangakas. We should be hired like JoJo. What's up? Where's our jobs at?
Yeah, where's our jobs at? Famous mangaka with his art inside the Louvre.
Yeah. What? Really?
Yeah. There was JoJo. There was a JoJo exhibit at the Louvre.
That is really cool.
It is.
That is really cool. It's a great time to be alive, you guys.
I think it
It's
happened
good-
a while
it's
ago,
good time.
though. But yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
JoJo
either
is
way.
super old. The manga is from like the 80s when it first started.
Yeah, and like when you look up the images for JoJo, it's definitely like, I'm like, what? The manga images? I'm like, God, this looks weird.
Dude, I just realized made-up stands would synchronize so well because Rasputin
sure.
was a fortune teller, kind of like a mystic fortune teller,
Yeah,
and yours allows you to see what you need. So like you can see the future and your desires.
Yeah.
Sick.
Dude, we'd be the dynamic duo. We'd fuck shit up so hard.
God, that was an awesome
Fire and
moment
ice.
in Stardust Crusaders where Anubis plus shiny Silver Chariot. Remember that
Oh
moment?
yeah, Silver Chariot. Oh yeah, Silver Chariot and Anubis was so strong.
Yeah.
I totally remember that.
We need more stand fusions. Stand fusions would be awesome.
Oh, for sure. So, what would you name your stand? Like, I'm not sure if you
I heard
me,
it.
'cause
I
we-
heard that one.
uh,
Yeah.
So Mad Monk or tarot cards? How would you name your or just call them the North Star like you said?
Well, I'm trying to think of a band with that name. Shit. What? Oh, what was the name of that Leno Skin? Was it Leno Skinno? No. Fuck. Ice and Snow. Shit. Hold on. Come back to me.
Ice and snow when the wind blows, something like that.
Yeah.
Um.
Come from the land of ice and snow. What song is that from? Led Zeppelin, Immigrant Song.
Oh, the immigrant.
Yeah, The Immigrant. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What would mine be?
Something about seeing in the dark, finding a way.
My songs know what you need in the dark. That's dumb. Not the sun, because that's already been taken.
Let me look up Bon Jovi songs. That sounds like something you would sing about.
Or David Bowie. David Bowie. Where'd you get your tarot card
I just
generator?
I just looked up tarot card generator. Blaze of Glory.
Oh, Blaze of Glory.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Blaze of Glory. I like that. I like that a lot. That is awesome. Yeah. So I think we've kind of exhausted our topic when it comes to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, and if you've a newcomer and you enjoyed the video, please leave a sub and follow Webwave on Twitter and subscribe to him on YouTube. He's a cool
I
dude.
mean, if you want. I just kind of post Overwatch memes.
If you want dank memes, follow Webwave on Twitter. All right, guys, bye.
But